Introducing
Charlotte,
Jenny,
and all that jazz.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
Another episode of And All That Jazz. Now, we've got some really exciting news, haven't we?
We have very exciting news.
So, we've been picked up by Backstage
Backstage
Radio. So, we're really excited about joining the team there.
Yeah, and you'll be able to find our podcast episodes live on the radio.
As of next week, Wednesdays at 10 will be broadcast on Backstage Radio.
It's so exciting. I can't believe it. Like, you know, when you start something and you're like, I wonder how this will go, or like what it's gonna
How's this gonna pan out?
what it's gonna turn out to be. But being picked up by a radio station is pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah.
I never expected it.
No, I'm excited. It's lovely to be asked along. Yeah, so it will be our normal podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll be recording our normal podcast and then it will be broadcast on a Wednesday. You can also hear it on
their catch-up channel.
on demand
Yeah.
on backstageradio.co.uk.
You
You can still catch us on your normal podcast platforms, wherever you find your podcasts. But yeah, it'll be really good, and there'll be an opportunity there to do some live presenting as well, live shows as well.
Yes, yeah, and I'm hoping that it will boost our listening profile.
Yeah.
Send more people our way, which is cool. Get us out there into the radio stratosphere.
Yeah. Backstage Radio, though, it's a new radio station.
Yep.
Yeah, it's looking really fun. There's some really great presenters on there. They play a lot of brilliant music. One of the presenters, actually, Izzy Norwood. Turned out I know her from a presenting course that we did a few years ago.
Really?
So, yeah, it just goes to show how important it is to be nice to people, because you never know when they're going to pop up again. So what goes around comes around. Yeah, so I'm looking
that's
forward to
cool.
working with Izzy.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be cool to do, I think you've mentioned this week, it'd be cool to do like a little hangout, a little backstage
Yeah,
radio
we'll have to get
hangout.
all the presenters together and do a little green room hangout. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. A new learning curve for us as well, which is what this journey has been about, hasn't it, from the start?
Yeah, 100%.
Just us being proactive and getting stuff out there. So it's the next level, next step on that journey.
Leveling up on our game of life.
So we've got to learn how to use all their software
Yep.
and load up our show to their platform, and
Which we are super happy about.
I haven't been putting that off at all. We'll get there.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's just, again, another new skill, Jenny, another string to our bow.
It is. We just need to sit down, don't we, and apply ourselves to it
Yeah.
and give it some real attention now. Because it's
Yeah.
next week.
Next week.
Yeah, well, we've done all right because we've started from nothing, didn't we? And we've made it thus far and had to learn everything from scratch. So, yeah. Actually, I was watching The Princess Diaries, you know, with Princess Andre. So,
No.
Peter Andre's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Peter Andre.
Wait, her
and-
name's Princess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Peter
poor thing.
Andre and Katie Price's daughter. She's got her own reality TV show where the cameras follow her around.
How old is she?
She's just turned 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
that poor girl. I do feel sorry. Sorry, carry on with your point and then I'll tell you after.
Well, just that she was saying, like, she's starting a beauty brand.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to be doing this on my own. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I like her. I think she seems very grounded.
Yeah.
And she does seem like a genuinely nice person, as does her brother, Junior. But, you know, she's not doing it on her own. She's only got the opportunities because of who her parents are.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
and
not a
she's
normal
saying,
18-year-old
no,
life.
she's got a manager, her mum and dad's manager,
Yeah.
before they split up anyway. Claire now manages Peter Andre, but you know, now she manages Princess as well, which is fair enough. I don't begrudge her that at all. You know,
No,
that's the
it's
life
not
she's been
that.
born into,
Yeah.
and why not go for it? Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
100%.
to be sort of telling her that she's doing it on her own and
Yeah.
it's her thing, this beauty brand that she's doing, she said, oh, I want to start a beauty brand. And this manager, Claire, has gone away, contacted some beauty brands. Do you want to work with Princess Andre? You know, and they've come back with samples of things. And she's basically going through them and choosing what she likes, what she doesn't like. So, yeah, she's having a say in it, but she hasn't created it at all. Whereas other people, for example, people on Dragon's Den, have gone away and actually gone through the science of creating a moisturiser or a lip gloss, you know, and they've had to go through what the ingredients are, and they've had to source it, and they've had to design the packaging, and literally step by step, you know.
Yeah.
And her name will be on this, but she hasn't really done it from scratch herself.
No, it's a frustrating thing, isn't it? Because like when you're from a working class background and you're having to like work really hard to do anything in life, you've then got these influencers that are sitting there saying how they're doing it all on their own, and like this girl, bless her, like she's doing it all on her own, but she's had a lifetime's worth of money behind her that affords her those opportunities
and connections,
and her connections afford her those opportunities. But the girls that are watching this documentary are just sitting there going, oh my god, well, she can do it, like she's doing this all on her own, and they're getting the wrong idea of what on your own means. And so then they're aspiring to something that
doesn't exist.
And it's not like it's not unachievable. Because those 18-year-olds or, you know, those 14-year-old girls that are watching this programme could do those things if they wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be as easy as standing on that TV show going, oh, I've done this all by myself.
Yeah.
When you've got millions of pounds and a mum and dad that are super famous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a difference.
Definitely.
And it's so, I'm finding that really difficult at the moment, because every time I hear that someone comes from a working class background in the arts, I'm like, yes, get in, let's do this. And then I look back at their past just to see how they managed to get where they are, because I'm in that position.
Yeah.
How did they get there when I'm doing all the same things? And I look back into their past and I go, oh, their mum was a vocal coach at a private school. So they've obviously got connections in the industries. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, they've not come from nowhere.
Yeah.
They haven't come from nothing, because to me, nothing means you're starting in the industry on your own.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where nothing means. Whereas these people, it's like Jessie Buckley, she's incredible, the girl from Hamnet. I think she's amazing. But they keep saying that she's come from nothing and like come from nowhere. And so I was like, I wonder what she did, like, because I was interested in her past.
Yeah.
So I looked back at where she'd come from, and her mum was a vocal coach at a private school. That's where I just got it wrong. And her grandma was like, she was an Irish Republican, and she went to like the Royal Music Conservatoire of Ireland, and she's got like grade 8 in like 4 different instruments. And then she went on the BBC to do the I'd Do Anything. Do you remember that Nancy programme?
Yeah, I'd Do Anything.
So she then went on to that, came second when she was 17, which is amazing. But she'd had all of this training at all of these different incredible institutions from Ireland. And her mum has obviously got connections, and she's come through all of that. I came from a working class background, right? And my mum and dad managed to put me into dance classes. But that's all I did because that's what they could afford.
Your mum wasn't in the industry and your dad wasn't in the industry at all.
But that's what they could afford to put me in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to do, and I did competitions and stuff, but it was all at the expense of my mum and dad. I then was at a comprehensive school, and there's a difference between coming from nothing and coming from really nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
And the industry doesn't support that coming from really nothing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As a 17-year-old being on the BBC, your name is already out there. Do you know what I mean? You've got that's on your CV forever.
Yeah.
That was a real one. I'm really struggling. I think Jessie Buckley is incredible, and I think she deserves everything that she's got because she's such a fantastic actor. Everyone's like, oh, she's come from nowhere and nothing and blah blah. I'm like, she was on the BBC when she was 17. That's not coming from nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to get on Treyers.
Well, same with this Princess Andre, because like I said, I really like her and I think she's a nice person. She's absolutely stunningly beautiful.
Yeah.
She's intelligent, you know, she's got what it takes.
Yeah.
But she's not doing it from scratch.
No.
You know, so to say, oh, I've started a beauty brand. She hasn't started a beauty brand.
She's
put
her name
on it.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough.
Yeah,
I would
fine.
if I was her.
Exactly.
And I think you've got to use your nous, haven't you?
Yeah,
and
of course,
use the
yeah.
connections that you've got. Why not? So, for example, if my little boy, if he came to me and said, oh, I'm interested, I want to be, you know, I'm interested in the lighting.
Yeah.
I can take him into work with me and get him chatting to the lighting guys. Be like, oh, can I leave him with you for a couple of hours? You can show him how to use the lighting desk. Yeah, great, no problem. When they need an extra pair of hands on the next show, they're like, oh, does Austin want to come and have a go? Yeah, great. And he's in there.
Yeah,
he's on their list.
Yep.
Whereas if I was working in Tesco's or in a factory and he came up to me and said, Mummy, I'm interested in theatre lighting.
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah, how do you get him
How
in?
do I get him into a theatre to actually experience that and talking to the right people?
Yeah.
Unless he applied for one of these sort of, there are some schemes and stuff out there and workshops, but there is only limited places.
Yeah.
So the only way you can really do it is to wait until he's at sixth form age or college age, get onto an actual, you know, lighting sound course, whatever, and sort of do it the official route, which is fine, but that's where they lose a lot of people, because you have to wait until you're a certain age to get onto these things. And in that time, parties happen, girls happen, football happens, other things happen. And unless he's really dedicated enough to be going to an Amdram group every week and, you know, cutting his teeth on that. That's where they lose so many potential
it's not
people in the industry.
Yeah, because it's not a quick earner, is it? Like,
no.
It's not a quick earner, and you've got to build network and connection and stuff.
And your knowledge and
build your knowledge.
Yeah.
And people won't take you. Some places won't take you unless you've got 3 years experience, or if you've got experience working on a big scale show like in the West End.
Yeah.
Some people won't take you unless you've done at least 1 or 2 of those productions, but it's like you've got to build your way up to that. So it's not a quick earner, and it's not for the faint-hearted. And that's why, like with Elliot at the moment, I'm trying to introduce him into the world, because he's into music and dancing, and he's going to acting now and stuff. And that's why I'm trying to introduce him to people that I've built connections with over my last 15, 20 years of my life. You know, the connections that work for him when he's a bit older, do you know what I mean? And it's really tough, because you're like, how do you tell an 11-year-old boy that this industry is going to be one of the most difficult things to get into in your entire life? And he's dual heritage, like he's half Jamaican, half English. It's going to be extra hard for him. It's going to be extra tough, because he has barriers that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't even understand.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, come on, let's go and have singing lessons with Reese, who's incredible. Or let me take you and come and see a show, and I'll give you a backstage tour, and I'll introduce you to people. Or, you know, when I made a short film, I was like, be in my short film. Not that, you know, anyone's going to see my short film, but it's an experience for him, and it's giving him those opportunities and experience. My dad was an electrician, and my mum worked for the council. You know, she's done...
Not in the arts department, I hope.
No. I come from nothing. No, I'm joking. My mum's done, like, working with the community and all of those kind of projects. How would they know? How would they know to get a kid that desperately wants to be a choreographer or an actor or whatever? How would they know how to get that person into the industry?
Especially if you haven't got the money for dance classes and acting classes. Learning
an instrument or anything like that to up your skills. Because now everybody wants actor musos in their show.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of lighting and sound guys start out with DJing, don't they? But for that, you've got to have a car and you've got to have
the equipment.
Some sort of equipment.
Yeah.
So there's an outlay straight off, isn't there? Even if you want to do it yourself.
Yeah. you know, even working backstage, you have to fork out so much money before you even start. Steelies, you know, I know a lot of place has hard hats,
Yeah.
but buying hard hats, buying your tools, buying a kit to be a stage manager, you've got to put out so much money. And as an actor, you've got to buy headshots, you've got to have a show reel, you've got to pay for spotlight every month. It's just constant money. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a sieve. You get paid and then it just
Yeah.
just for trying to get a job.
You've got to be passionate about it, haven't you? Because otherwise it's quite soul destroying to be paying out all the time.
Yeah.
For these things. And we talk a lot, don't we, about keeping your skills on point as a performer.
Yeah.
But that is so costly and
Yeah.
time consuming.
Yeah, you might be doing like a normal job at the same time and then have to try and fit in what you actually want to be doing around all of that, which is really unfair. Because if you wanted a career, you know, if I wanted a career in management in a Tesco's, I would just go to a Tesco's and work my way up, right, to management level. I wouldn't have to then do any extracurricular stuff around that job. I've got one way in and one way up.
Yeah.
Whereas in the arts, you've got maybe like 10 ways in, and
You're only as good as your last job, aren't you?
yeah,
And
it's
when that
really
finishes,
difficult.
you're back to square one pretty much.
Yeah, and you have to do extracurricular around it constantly. So well done to all of you creatives out there that are
Keep
working in the
going.
industry,
Keep going.
because I think that you're all amazing.
Keep chipping away at it.
Yeah, never give in. And there we have it, our lesson for the week.
Oh, never give in. You're right. And we didn't give in. And next week we'll be on Backstage Radio. So, thanks for listening. Join us next time for more on theatre, television, and all that jazz.